We're back at it, going live about 2 o'clock, heading on the last half of our room number 4. So, okay. The old whippersnipper, haha. Grass hooks to do our old hand mowing. Our neighbor at the park actually had a mower that you pushed. With no motor, nothing. Just enough to trim her grass. Got a large synth and a sheaf fork. And beside that one is the barn fork. Then the sheaf twine cutter. And then the coal fork. Okay. From our forks, we move to our knives. Got shears. Drawing knife. Or draw knife. Back up for this one, we've got a large ice saw. And then this one is the wooden buck saw. Now together with the ice, we've got a cleaver and then ice tongs. We've got a hay knife here. And a big picture of the 2-man cross saw. It's always really interesting watching any of those lumberjack shows where they've got the 2 guys, the cutting. Actually, all the different things they can do. It's always amazing. Now, this one, if I can get my finger right here. Okay, there's a buck saw. This is cutting trees. Double-edged axe. Hacksaw. Speaking of our lumberjacks, we've got log rollers. Wonderful set of those. Okay, we're going to move into the mechanics area, so to speak. Our tire irons, our tire pump in the corner. Some brace bits. And this, it says, look at the whole big picture, the Ajax ball bearing 2-speed drill. Wonderful different collector items of calendars and books. This one is the leg vise. Yes. Let's go back to this wall, which is showing a wonderful display of various prizes and ribbons. From the Agricultural Society. Got one specific there, first prize from Lucky Lake, August 1st, 1919. Clydesdale horses ribbons, exhibition ribbons, many, many first prizes in this one. Looks like it's Saskatoon. Lucky Lake. a little bit of the information. Take a look at the picture with Clydesdales. I'm sure people have different stories about the horses that they had on the farm. The jobs they would do, the personalities they had. Their names. All right, okay, we'll get back into our mechanics. Hand brace and bits. Got some bolt threaders. Here's a wonderful picture from Lucky Lake Motors. Again, I'll try to tilt that and get the glare off. It says 1920 to 39 is the Boys brothers. 39 to 47, Ed Sissons. 47 to 54, Ed Sissons and Emil Kutz. And 54 to 66, Emil Kutz and Art Gebolt. Various owners of Lucky Lake Motors. All right, this display case. Various items of different kinds of hammerheads up here. There's always a neat one. Barbed wire insulators. Used for the rural telephone lines, which of course used the barbed wire fences, I believe, back in the day. Got grease guns. And a smoldering iron. Marking gauge. Hand sprayer. Going fairly quickly through these. I'm sure for many of you, you probably know what they all are. Got chisels, chain breaker, wagon wheel wrench, various other wrenches. Interesting to see that shape. For me, anyway. Old oil cans. Some more. Okay, so it's a lift hook. And a saw filing vise. And a saw tooth setter. I'd be like this, one of those kids that are, you know, only grown up with cell phones and don't know how to use the rotary. I'd be looking at this going, I have no idea how to use a sawtooth setter. But I'm sure there's very skilled people, and it would take a particular skill to do a lot of these things. One in particular, rope maker. Rope making on the farm. Got a great selection of blacksmith tools. And talk about a talent. Would be the blacksmith. To do those. This item I do not know a lot about. It's fairly new since I've been around. I think it's a forge. If I'm mistaken, please tell me. I've watched with the boys the show, I think it's called Forging with Fire, where people are literally making knives and forging them. Very interesting. Horseshoes. Got a few little display on this side with our fairy. A lot of great information in the history books about it. Crossing the ferry on the river, and then later, of course, and then the lake. So it was Billings Ferry, crossing the river. Okay, now we're getting into some cattle and wagon things here. Okay. Got a dehorner from 1930. Some hoof clippers. Castrating tool. Nose ring tools. Cow hobbles. This is, I'm thinking, a homemade jack for a wagon and buggy. Okay, we've got our harnesses. And horse collars. More harnesses and hooks and workhorse bits. The old beat up saddle from Levi Jones. Got the ox collar. Branding irons. On this display, a little bit of a few pictures and information about Jack Hitchcock, which I'm sure many people have been fortunate to tour his cabin. We've got an oxen yoke made by Andy Reid. Weigh scale. Some buggy steps. Glass kerosene. Okay, some of our bigger items along the floor. I'll kind of walk back and show those to finish up our room. We've got cowhide and horsehide trimmer. '30s wool carding machine. Yeah. Butter churn. And a separator and churn. This is the bigger one. grinding stones. There. Well, hopefully you have enjoyed the tour of our room 4, and we'll see you again next week.